Hi guys, Paul Dexter here. Well, it's an exciting time at Jetbuilt. I'm here to announce a handful of features that many of you have been looking for. But before I get to that, CEDIA is next week in Denver. Any of you who are at the show next week, of course, come on by and say hi. So on to the new features at Jetbuilt. Enterprise users now have a room breakout view. In the overview page of your project, there's a little icon when you hover over a room. You can click on that and it opens up a detailed breakout of that room's costs and margins, for equipment, for every labor type, for any factors and so forth. So you can really get a good idea of what's going on inside of that room at the high level. So enjoy that. This is a big one. You can now fully edit your purchase orders. This has been a long time coming. Many of you have been looking for this. So you can now find your POs in the designer. You can go into the designer. On the bottom of your page list, you'll notice you've now got a purchase order and a bill of material. And click on that purchase order. You can now edit that. You can also add multiple purchase orders. But beyond that, you can edit what's on them. So you can have a fully customizable header, footer, as well as a body section where you can drop in whatever dynamic data you want into there, format it, make it look like what you want. And then now the line items of a purchase order, you can edit to hide and show various columns. What that leads to is you can also now create fully customizable bill of materials reports and request for quote reports. So when you go into purchasing, you can now select a batch of items. Maybe it's everything in your project. Maybe it's all of just the speakers, but you don't have to limit it to one vendor. You can select a batch of items so you could then create these RFQs or bill of materials for your team or vendors or whatever it may be. So all of that is available to everybody now inside of Jetbuilt. Project management. Those of you using the Jetbuilt project management, you can now sync your Jetbuilt calendar with your Google and iCal and so forth. There is now a company calendar page. Open up this company calendar. Now you can see all of your tasks across the entire company, across every project. But here's the trick. Click on a particular user, and now that user's calendar URL shows up. You can drop that into Google, drop it into iCal. So now when you give a task to a tech, it will not only alert them that they have this Jetbuilt task, but it will actually put it on their calendar. So we are planning a Jetbuilt user summit. And this is something that I mentioned a year or so ago. This would be an event where you guys can share with each other how you're solving your workflow problems with Jetbuilt and how Jetbuilt can better solve new problems that maybe we're not solving yet. I wouldn't necessarily direct the event, but it would be a roundtable with all of us, and I'd be able to answer questions, take feedback, but more so we want to explore avenues that Jetbuilt can help you today and then perhaps better help you tomorrow. So it should be a fun time. So we are going to look at doing something either in late February through early April, somewhere in that timeline, probably in Dallas. So I'm just beginning to strategize this, get something on the calendar. So those of you who'd be interested in coming to that, please reply to this email, reach out to us. We can get an idea for how many people might be interested to come, and then we can kind of find a location that would suit. Enjoy this new functionality we presented today, and have a great weekend. Talk soon.